Happy Wednesday, everyone, and welcome back to the Pageant Sit Down. My name's Regina Lena, and I am so ecstatic for all of you to be with us today. Why, do you ask? Because we are at episode 55, and there's a lot going on in the pageant world right now. I see a lot of girls going back into competition mode. Miss Earth Philippines is happening this weekend. Galaxy Internationals is happening this weekend for the juniors. There's just a lot going on in the pageant world. And something else that's really exciting is another mother-daughter duo here with us today. And I've been on this pageant journey with one of them. The other one has more pageant experience than I do, and that means this is going to be a fun conversation. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pageant Sit Down, Ms. Canada's Top Choice 2019, as well as the reigning Miss Teen Canada's Top Choice 2020, Cathy and Tyra. Hello, ladies.
Hi. Hello. Hi.
Hi. Welcome to the Pageant Sit Down. I don't know why it took us 55 episodes for you to get here, but I'm just glad that you're here.
Awesome. We're so glad that we're here.
We get the 55.
Yes.
Exactly. So for all of those who, first off, Elizabeth Marnock is here. She says, hello, ladies. Hello, Elizabeth. And I'm sure there's going to be many others who tune in afterwards. But for those who are watching and maybe don't know who either of you are, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, I guess I'll start up. My name is Cathy. I am Miss Canada's Top Choice 2019. And during that 2019 year, I decided that it'd be a great idea. A friend of mine encouraged me to participate in the Canada's Top Choice pageant. I was, as Regine indicated, being involved early beforehand, but I thought it was a great opportunity to have fun with my daughter, who had not been involved in pageants at that time. So we participated that particular year. So it was stage, we had production, so it was awesome. It gave her the experience, I guess.
Yeah, it was my first year for 2019. It was nice having my mom there to support me and with me. I made first runner-up that year, but currently I am Miss Teen Top Choice 2020, and so far I'm really enjoying my reign. So excited.
Well, I'm excited for the both of you to be here with us today. You both actually show you have something in common. I don't know where I was going with show. You both have something in common, which is if at first you don't succeed, try again. And I know, like I said, Cathy, you have other experiences in pageants. Tyra, you didn't give up. You came backstory. I mean, I live one. I love when I see it happen to other people as well. So I'm just so excited that, Tyra, you didn't give up. I know you went from first runner up. You gave it some more practice, you came back and you won. And I watched it and I was like, yes, finally.
Finally.
But I just want to ask Tyra, because we were just talking, you went from 2019 to first runner-up, and then you competed virtually. What was that like for your third pageant being virtual?
So being virtual, it's just a completely different atmosphere, right? You don't off of like the crowd and such, right? And you don't have that behind the stage go. At the same time, you're still like really like you're freaking out because you don't know when do I in and stuff like that, right? Because at the time, I remember my computer not exactly working. We had some technical difficulties, so I couldn't see myself. So the whole time I'm there like, what do I look like? I don't know what I look like while I'm on the camera. Like, is it center? And then my mom was the one on the phone, so she'd be talking and participating, and then the moment that she got off, she'd yell at me. She's like, okay, you're on in 5 minutes. It's like, oh, okay. And I'm going on and I'm trying to get ready, and then it was like first time with all the virtual thing, and everyone was new to it, so there was a lot of little issues here and there, but I think it went very well.
That's awesome. And Tyra, Cathy, you did your final walk virtually. What was that like for you?
It was, I really enjoyed the final walk virtually because it was done video before beforehand. And then I was able to also talk to the hosts at that time frame as well. So it was really kind of having that participation. I was missing the actual catwalk and the stage and the big gown aspect of it, because I used to always love that pageant, having that final and the big gown. But the actual production of the well and things that I wanted to say, and this is the advantage of a mom and daughter act, is that I have Tyra's technical capabilities, and she actually put the whole video package together for me, so that made it something that could just be released. So as it's just released, it was very relaxing. I wasn't worried about, again, timing and going on stage, because it was done virtually. And that part was good. I do miss stage presence though, and walking on the stage.
Oh, for sure. I feel the same way. But you both did an amazing. I was watching your videos, Tyra, and I was like, wow, she really improved. Not that you had a lot to improve to begin with, because we worked together when you first started, but to see you kind of just evolve to the beauty queen that you are, there was just something about that moment for me watching. Again, seeing you do your first catwalk at rehearsals to now seeing you where you're at, I was like, ooh, goosebumps. Like it was such a special moment, I think, for me and for you and your mom to see it come together.
Coach Regine.
Thanks. Well,
very good.
No, but it's true, because as a coach, whether it be through Canada's Top Choice and being their pageant director for so long, or just coaching girls on the side now, when I see them go from the first walk at rehearsals to winning a title, there's just something special about that moment. And I called you right away. I mean, I messaged you like, oh my gosh, we need to get you tomorrow because I need to talk to you and figure out what happened. Like, It was exciting. What was it like for the two of you to do this together as a mother-daughter duo, both in 2019 and going to rehearsals together, versus preparing for a virtual pageant together?
I think it was great because there was just a lot of support.
I drove her places, a lot of support.
I wouldn't be able to get to those places without a car. But having, I think 2019 was a little bit more, I guess, support from you. It
was a new learning
right?
experience.
Because it was completely different. Although, I've been on stage before with dance and performance, I never actually done the walking and all of that. Whereas I think the 2020, I think it was a little bit more support from me to my mom, just because of my technology.
That's true.
Being a little bit better. Not amazing, but but just having that support for both years and just helping each other out, giving each other tips and pointers, stuff like that.
Wow. That's amazing.
And mixing up shoes, because our shoe size is very similar. So we've gone with one of her shoes and mine because they look the same, and vice versa. So that's always the fun.
Very helpful
when you share certain things together.
That's exciting. Well, we've all shared the same clothes, actually, all three of us. I just realized that we've all worn. We're sisterhood of the traveling gowns in this conversation right now. I just took that in. But Cathy, I do want to ask you, because like I mentioned earlier, you've been competing in pageants a little bit longer than I have. And so I wanted to know your experience when it comes to pageantry.
Well, I started off in pageantry in the 80s. When I was in university, actually, I had a lady, Bernice Kwong. She was actually part of the Mississauga Chinese Association at that time, and they had the Miss Chinese Rainbow pageant. That was the first one that I was involved in. And in that pageant, it was really, again, much like Canada's Top Choice and some other pageants, it really is to support the community and fundraise and support charity. And they started that off at that year, which is the one I participated. So she actually recruited from university. She put a big sign. I was at Mississauga campus for the University of Toronto. So she put up the big sign, and my roommate, because I was living on residence at that time, decided that she wanted to participate, and she said, come and participate. let's go do this together. So we both signed up, and then she pulled out last minute. So she ended up not participating. I did. Yes, I did continue on. It was a great organization and a great group of girls that I was involved in. And I'm still in contact with many of them today. So we talk about sisterhoods and bonds that you make over pageantry, over length of time. And yeah, basically you keep those. And this is before Facebook and before the technology that makes it easier to stay in contact. We still did. We stayed and we'd get together. So that was really the first pageant that I was involved in, was in Mississauga in university.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And so fast forward a few years later, I know you were also involved in other Chinese community pageants. And wasn't Tyra supposed to be a part of it too?
Basically, I think after that particular pageant, Bernice and her friend at that time in Montreal, Ruth Coulam, she decided to start up the Miss Chinese Montreal pageant. So the Miss Chinese Montreal pageant, when they were in their third year, so that was 1986, that I ended up finishing university, and I was kind of moving around different places. So I ended up in Montreal, and I participated in that pageant, and they were crowning for the 87 year. This is 87 year for that year. 87. So I was participating in that. Yes. Don't count. So yeah.
I said a few years before me. I mean.
So that particular year that I participated, which kind of rooted from the Mississauga pageant theme and the expansion of the Chinese international pageants, really started about that time frame as well. So I actually won the 1987 year, which was really exciting for Miss Chinese Montreal. However, it was the 1988 year that it actually went international. So we talk about pageants like Galaxy and yourself, where you can go to different countries or different places to participate. I crowned the girl that went to the first international pageant in Hong Kong. So she went and attended that one. So I was just
sucks.
1 year ahead of that. So
oh no.
Yeah, but I've seen all the girls go through over the different time frames that I've been up in Montreal. I've seen various girls have super successes and done so much. So it's exciting through my pageant time frames.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And you were mentioning Tyra, she and the connection. She is actually has participated as well, and it's a virtual one for Miss Chinese Montreal for this year. However, it's in an unknown situation at this moment of time. They haven't quite decided how they're going to release the production or what time frame or whether they're going to merge year. So right now it's sort of on hold, so we don't know what the current situation is in the current status. But
that's exciting.
So
Well,
so this is different with the virtual.
Well, what I love about the two of you, you're so close as a mother-daughter duo, but what I also love is so sweet. What I do love is, Cathy, your pageantry experience kind of sticks within like the Asian Chinese community. And then when Tyra came into pageantry, so when she did Galaxy last year, a lot of her outfits kind of resembled her Chinese culture. And her talent for Canada Top Choice was singing. Was it in Mandarin or Cantonese? So I love that you're able to still bring in some of your mom's culture into what you're doing on your own pageant journey.
Yes. Yeah. Actually, the one in Galaxy for the fashion one was actually mom's wedding dress.
So and it was for the Tyra also participated in the Galaxy pageant as well. So you're saying this is the third, as you had mentioned, and in that particular pageant it has a fashion outfit, and I modified my wedding dress and adjusted it, and Tyra actually
why did you put quotes on wedding
I don't know why she put quotes.
The reason
My
why
wedding dress.
on it, for those that might be imagining and have not seen it, it's not a foofy gown
No.
type wedding dress. It is based on a kind of more of a slimmer, thicker cheongsam like or a Chinese gown, but in white, and kind of designed with a little bit of a Mandarin collar, but very westernized. So it was a cross between both. So it's not this like ballroom type of.
If Tyra was a
gown.
gown, that's what it was.
Yeah, it's still a gown. Modified for the fashion portion of it. She actually wore that for Galaxy. Yeah.
And so, Tyra, what was it like for you seeing your mom's wedding gown transform into your fashion piece? Because you looked great.
Thank you. I mean, the one thing I like about her gown is it's just easy to modify, right? So instead of keeping it longer, we were able to bring up the front part, so it looked more like a mini skirt with like a longer back,
train back, like a train back a little bit.
And it just feels special because it's like it's your wedding dress, right? So it's just like, oh, it's so special, but like at the same time, it's like you said, it's not a wedding dress. Like,
it's a wedding dress.
So, I mean, so it feels special, but at the same time, it's nice because I don't know, something about it.
Yeah.
And
that particular dress was actually made by a very dear designer friend of Alice Coe. So she made my wedding dress, and she also made some of the cheongsams for that Tyra wore for the Miss Chinese Montreal, and actually for some of the videos that she's
I've been wearing a lot of her clothing lately.
Yeah. So it was really with the pageant world sometimes. Has also been involved in the Miss Chinese Montreal pageant, Miss Chinese Toronto pageant, and Miss Chinese Vancouver pageant with the particular cheongsam outfits as well. So she's been very tied in historically in the pageant world. Yeah,
I love that. Well, in the chats we have Melissa Gregory, the reigning Miss Canada's Top Choice 2020. Yes. She's in the chat. She says, "Hi Queens, I will have to watch the rest when I get home, but I wanted to say, Cathy, you are such a true queen, always supporting others. And Tyra, you are just lovely. So glad I'm..."
Oh, Melissa, it was so great. Yeah, we because virtual world that was part of it, we didn't have a chance to meet Melissa until our photo shoot about a week or so ago.
So kind.
And her sisters. So we have a sister with Miss Canada. So we were able to meet them for the first time.
So cute.
So wonderful, beautiful. Yeah,
beautiful ladies.
Yes.
I should get the sisters on together. I got moms on, why not sisters? I love that.
Absolutely, you've got a sister.
There you go. That's amazing. Well, you know, I do also have another question for you, Tyra. So you mentioned that you're a dancer. So you've danced for a long time. You also play ringette. What was it like to get from being a dancer or being a ringette player to switching it into pageantry?
Well, the dance aspect was very good just because it got me more used to the stage. So I didn't get that stage fright, but it's different. It's not like I'm dancing around and putting just putting like a lot of moves and stuff. It's like you have to have a straight posture because I did hip hop. So it's more down to the ground. You're getting more into grooves, right? Whereas like pageantry, I'm like, oh, well, my posture, I'm used to having like my shoulders down, so I've got to, practice, pull them back, have that proper practice, as well as with ringette, right? Also getting down to the floor, like down to the ice, because I played defense.
Yes.
So you want to get low, just putting your stick on the ground, you're trying to, intercept the ring and such. So it's just a to the ground motion, and then now I'm like, I gotta make myself look taller, more straight, having that proper posture. And it was just like a weird change, but at least with the dance I had that stage comfortability, so that helped a lot.
Well, I guess it also helps. You're used to wearing a helmet when you play ringette, so you're used to wearing a crown on your head now too, right?
So
Well, speaking of crowns, I see you have some lovely hardware behind you, ladies, and I know they don't get seen often. I see 4 sashes back there. What are they? Oh, 5.
This is mine. So this is my one.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts raining. Those are the sashes that she has.
Yeah.
I love how your mom's like, this is my one, and the rest is Tyra.
Yeah. Respect.
Well, Tyra, when you compete, you never leave home, never leave empty-handed. You always have a lot of hardware with you when you make your way home from a pageant. So, what has it been like for you? You know, you've done now 3 pageants. Have you finally caught the pageant bug?
Pageant bug? Oh, like wanting more? Yeah. Yes, I think I have. I really like crowns.
Mom, you've converted her.
Converted. Hasn't hit my number for pageants yet, but yes, converted.
Converted, yes. I like pretty ones. I've seen some online because sometimes mom will be going through Facebook and there'll be a posting for one. And I look at the crown, I'm like, oh my goodness,
So pretty.
Like, I think there was one for the men's, and it was a male crown.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I want that.
Get your brother to do it.
Yes, exactly, right.
Trying to. We'll see.
I mean, once you get your brother to do it, then it's a whole family thing, and I'll have all 3 of you on the show.
Really.
Pretty popular now. We've even with the pageants for, they're really expanding, I believe, internationally as well. So it's quite
For
popular.
sure. I'm waiting till Scott goes back onto pageant stage. Like, I'm waiting.
Yeah.
He's emceed so many. I'm sure he can run his own pageant.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely, he could.
Well, we've all learned a lot from pageantry. And so, Cathy, I'll start with you. And then, Tyra, you can think of your answer afterwards. So, the years that you've competed in pageants, or the experience that you have from pageantry, what is something that you've learned that is a reason that keeps bringing you back to the pageant stage?
The reason I keep coming back to the pageant stage is I do like stage shows. I do like productions. I do like being part of a production, big or small. It's just you get a community feel, and a lot of the times the pageants that you're involved in are engaged in supporting fundraisers or supporting good causes as well. So in that support of good causes, in that support of meeting new people, in that support of learning new things, a lot of it is we're ongoing learners, right? So learning all the time. There's new things nowadays, new technology to be gained, and that kind of keeps me going back. But really meeting, that sisterhood, because each event, each pageant that you go to, you're meeting new people and you're bonding with new people, and that kind of really keeps you going. That's really exciting for me.
Stealing my answer.
Oh, I stole her answer. Did you write that down?
No. But yeah, I think it's the community. It's just getting to meet different girls, right? Different girls, guys, everyone that is involved. It's just a great chance to make new friends, new connections, right? As well as that stage presence. I think I really like having that change from just my regular life at home, my comfiness, to glam and spotlight, and just having that extreme. And it's just, I don't know, it's just a nice feeling to have, as well as with all the other girls, the beautiful ladies, right? Just everyone together, just getting all pretty and, and coming together and stuff like that, right? I think also, with production, especially with the stage, just a feeling, the atmosphere, that go kind
it's
of
busy.
Yes.
It's exciting, right?
Busy, yes.
I definitely miss that. I miss the busyness and the hustle and bustle. When it's cold in the theater and then you walk on stage and the light hits you and you're like, oh, I'm not cold anymore.
Yeah.
And then having someone do your makeup.
Yeah.
It's so exciting when you have your makeup and hair done, and we have someone wonderful, fantastic that we were able to meet to do our makeup and hair for the 2019 pageant year and for Galaxy year as well. I wonder who that
might
person
know
is.
her.
Maybe. I think I know her. Mom, is that you?
Romina, if you're listening in, when you listen again, thank you.
Thank you.
Gorgeous. The work that you do. So, and I know she's right now busy with weddings and things like that.
Yes, I've been seeing a lot of her postings on Instagram.
It's fantastic.
That's all me, guys. I do post on her Instagram. But no, speaking of her Instagram, check her out. Beautified by Romina on Facebook and Instagram. It's easy when you have a great canvas to work on. I'm just saying. She just beautifies it and enhances what's already there. So if you guys think you look beautiful, it's because you're already beautiful to begin with. But anyways, gotta really cheesy over here. There is a segment on the show. I looked down and I realized we're almost at 8 o'clock. I don't know where the half hour went, but that just means we're having a great time. And so there is a segment on the show, which is 5 tips from a beauty queen. And I know we were talking a little bit about it off air, and we weren't sure if we were going to do 10 tips from the both of you. Where are we at for our tips, ladies?
Okay, so you want to start off with the tip? Maybe we'll do 10. Let's see if we can get 10 in there. We'll start off and we'll do. Let's go.
Okay, so I would say a lot of practice. Don't stop just because you're not on stage or you're not with the group or the community or doing rehearsals. Practice at home. Put on those heels. Try to strut your stuff, right? And like practicing your posture. I remember you saying back against the wall every once in a while just to try to straighten out your back, right? Stuff like that, as well as maybe even like your speech, your public speaking, right? Just talk to yourself in the mirror, be able to try to perform and practice, right? And just don't stop at rehearsals, practice at whenever you get the chance.
And love yourself and love others.
Oh. I know it's funny. Mine was so long. Yeah, so loving yourself, loving others, getting involved with the community, right? Making those friends, right? Don't just talk to them at rehearsals, but you can now with technology, right? You can talk to them, right? People have tips and pointers. You never know. You have people that have more experience than others, right? So you can get some practice there as well. Smile, lots of smiling. What else? Smiling. Do you have anything?
Love yourself and love others. What that really means as I go into this, it's just through my years of experience, and we're probably off to whatever it's supposed to be, but really is learn to improve. Love yourself. I mean, when you're going and you're learning about things about yourself, we can be critical. It's very easy to over yourself and stop to actually say, we did great here, we improved a little bit here, we learned something here in our movement. Our catwalk may not be perfect in the beginning when we started. Mine was like really rusty, and it was you pick up each time and you gain each time. So don't have really high expectations of yourself, but progress and move ahead. So love yourself through that, and then loving others as well, seeing others in the world and seeing how they gain improvement and see their moments of as Regine mentioned right in the beginning, just seeing the improvement and the and the little successes that people have, or the big successes that people have along the way. So that's what I mean by really love yourself and love others. It's to be that respectful, to be kind, to be embracing, to be in that part of that that community aspect. So as a teacher, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Keep going if you have more. Don't worry.
Keep going. You guys can count it later.
Let's see. What else? Trying to think. I'm drawing a blank.
A lot of it's we talk about posture. Yeah. I remember during the time frame over the pageant, started doing pageantry. When you first start to learn, mirrors were very interesting, because then you first learn to stop by a mirror. You would check yourself. When you first get into pageantry, you're always checking yourself in a mirror. And the first thing you really are checking is for posture. Are you feeling good about yourself? Are you lifting yourself up? That type of posture rather than. So it's the body posture, but your energy posture as well. So for those that do walk by mirrors and check yourself, check for that energy, check for that positive energy, and that you're relaying it to yourself and again to others. Back to love yourself, love others.
Yeah. Oh, it's a practice which involved walking.
Practice.
Yes.
I think those are great, amazing tips. Yeah.
Yeah, to the community aspect of giving, and anything that you can find, just self down and see where you can give. Because sometimes that busyness and that hecticness in life, we get so. I think there's work, and then there's pageant, and there's other things that could be schooling for some people. That your life is so busy that it's very hard to actually listen to see where you can give to others. And nowadays, again, with I guess if we want to go into world issues and mental health, we get so busy that we don't often listen to ourselves, and we may not actually listen to others.
And
when
taking
they
that
need
time
help.
for yourself, right? If you need a breather, you need some time to just relax.
Or listening to your daughter and where. So little things like that. Okay, maybe not.
And so those are amazing pageant tips from both Cathy and Tyra. So ladies, if people had other questions for you or wanted to follow your pageant journey, where can they follow you both?
Or you can follow me on Instagram at Tyra __Z.
And I did start up my Instagram a while ago and just start using a little, a couple of years ago. And so that's Cathy-88 on my Instagram. But I'm also on Facebook and Cathy Learn as well. And I'm engaged also with, involved with Cathy Choice pageant as well, because we're also looking and recruiting for who you're going to move your tier over to. So we're looking at your reign. It might be a short for Tyra. We're looking at probably end of November. It's not set yet, but that particular time frame where we're looking at crowning the 2021 pageant girls. So right now we are recruiting on Canada's Top Choice pageant. So you can go there as well, and you can kind of reach me through that as well.
Perfect. When you said engage, I was like, wait, what? Did I miss something?
No, that type of different word of engagement.
I was like, wait, no worries. Okay, so you guys can find both of them on Instagram. So I will put the links in the description. And as you mentioned, Canada's Top Choice is looking for their 2021 delegates. They have the Junior Miss, if I'm not mistaken, the Miss Teen, the Ms., the Miss, and the Ms.
Yeah, so we have 4 categories that we're involved in, and I think in a couple of weeks we're also starting our first catwalk training session, which will be outdoors. So again, being right involved with that, our pageant director is going to be involved in doing that, KD. And remember the year when our pageant director for our year that we shared, Regine, did so much. I mean, I think a lot of it, thank you, Regine, was from your coaching that particular year as well, that our starting year together. And that was our, a lot of learning experience.
That,
yes.
Well, well, first off, you're welcome. No, but what I loved about being the pageant director, like I said earlier, was being able to see everyone go from their very first rehearsal to seeing where they are now, whether it be through Canada's Top Choice or a different pageant. I also did the same with other pageant systems as well. So seeing everyone just grow. The reason why I coach is because I want to give the next generation of beauty queens a chance, and to see everyone do their thing. Tyra, seeing you do your thing. Nicole, our Junior Miss Galaxy Canada, who is currently in Texas right now. It's just so great to see. And so, yes, if you guys are looking to sign up for Canada's Top Choice, they are on Facebook as well as Instagram. Who do we have here? Janice McGregor says, this is the message the world needs to hear about love equating respect. So this is when you're giving your tips, Cathy. And she also said, my heart leaped too when I heard engaged. Careful what words you use.
Engaged is that engaged.
Oh my goodness. Well, tuned in, we are currently sitting with Ms. Canada's Top Choice 2020. I almost gave my title. Ms. Canada's Top Choice 2019, Cathy, as well as the reigning Miss Teen Canada's Top Choice 2020, Tyra. So if any of you have any questions for this mother-daughter duo, whether it be about pageantry, teaching, dance, ringette, whatever you want to talk about, leave them in the live chats below, and I will be more than happy to ask them. So question, Tyra. Your mother has been competing in pageants for as long as you can remember. What has it been like for you, one, stepping into the interest of pageantry, but then competing with her?
Well, because I would hear a bunch of her stories. We'd go through the photo albums every once in a while, and I'd see pictures of my mom. I'm like, oh, that's my mom. She's on stage. She's got her dresses on. And it was really cute. And it was very inspiring. And so just having a chance to go in myself and then having her with me, it was it was a great experience. Being able to follow along in her footsteps as like something new, right? So it was really exciting having my mom.
Well, you did kind of follow in her footsteps because you won the year after her.
Exactly.
And so I guess, Cathy, what was that like for you as her mom, seeing her change her interest into pageants?
It was exciting because I know there was a hesitancy at the beginning, earlier on, things like that, because it was just a new environment, a totally new experience for her. And I was also hesitant because when you look at pageantry at that time frame, I still would equate it to being under 30 in my, or at a younger age category. And I didn't realize at that time frame how many opportunities that were out there in Canada for those that were older, that were plus 30, or were in different family situations, that they still had opportunities to kind of improve themselves. So for me, it was kind of exciting to be not just a pageant mom and sit on the sidelines, but actually go through and do catwalks, pick out gowns, being able to get gowns,
live that experience.
So that was so exciting to do that together, and then to see her in the gown for the first time was like no words for me at that time. It was so exciting.
Oh, I love that gown.
Yeah, it was her
the
first
pink
gown.
one? Oh,
19, the big pink one. Yeah, this gown. That was gorgeous. Stunning on stage, really stood out. And to see the gown at Galaxy as well, again, beautiful, because that one I had the opportunity just to be on as an audience member and just to watch her. So it was so proud, so wonderful. And then online was a little different because we were kind of at home, so it was like, as announcements are made, I can actually wave to her nearby and make faces. So it was a different feeling when she actually won, because now you're making faces because you're at home.
Exactly.
It's a different cheering moment. Yeah. So
thank you for the gown that day.
Oh, you're so welcome. I told you we're the sisters of the traveling gowns. It's fine. Well, we were sisters of traveling gowns because all three of us would travel together to Hamilton to try on dresses. So, what I cherish the most about my pageant experience is actually those moments like us driving to Hamilton back and forth many times, or our rehearsals together and preparing and being roommates together. Just those things that happen before the actual pageant, those are things that I find that I cherish the most. As well as a giant cooler that you guys brought to Galaxy that just plugged in instead of having a fridge. That was pretty epic.
From our camping days, occasionally we used to go camping. So it's like the glam to the camp.
Camping.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
It's so fun. Janice says, I love the energy between the two of you. You both are very close, and we all see it here on the Pageant Sit Down. But Janice, this is just the show, they're actually not this close.
Oh yeah.
They're not this close. Just kidding.
Back to my room.
Oh my goodness.
Screen is totally different.
Right? No, really, this is how they are in person, ladies and gentlemen. Again, if you all have questions for Cathy or Tyra, make sure you leave them in the live chats. But one question that I do have for both of you, I know you just said, Cathy, there are so many different opportunities for women over 30 in pageantry, so it does not stop at 28. And Tyra, you just started your pageant journey. What would be your dream pageant title to have?
Dream pageant title.
It's a tricky one. Because that one we were really excited about when you were talking about. I was excited because the opportunity at that time frame to go to Chicago. And so when we were talking about participating in Galaxy, I was going, but you get to if everything's great, you get to go to Chicago. So and having watched it, they're very well organized. My goodness, Cindy and the whole pageant, and they're in Texas right now with Cole, who was also part of Canada's Top Choice as well. I
think we were at Galaxy with her as well. It was like all.
She was in our room as well.
Yeah, she was.
Our room was like
the host for Miss Chinese Montreal, because that hasn't been decided yet.
Oh,
too.
Yes.
So maybe two.
Two.
I'm answering for her. That's the other thing moms can do.
I mean, why not? You brought her into the pageant world. Why not? Well, I mean, Galaxy would be great for both of you to do together as well. You know, there is a teen, but Tyra, you'd be in the Miss division now. And then Cathy, you would be in the Ms division as well. So having another pageant system where you can do it together, whether it be Galaxy or I know there's World's Perfect, Canada's Perfect. There's so many different multi-divisional pageants out there that the sky's the limit for the both of you now at this point. And Cathy, you can always go up to Mrs. one day if you ever do get engaged, or Tyra might be there one day. Who knows?
One day.
We've got options, so it's all good.
Exactly. Well, I'm excited to see where you both go in your pageant journeys as well as in life. Tyra, I know you started singing most recently, which I was wondering, did your mom kind of influence you there as well?
A lot. She sings a lot. Yeah, she sang a lot when we were
young.
In
your ear constantly.
All the time in the car. I'm just like, oh, Mom's singing. So yeah, as well with like singing is that I've never really done it as much or like had as much experience. It's more just at home and such. So having my mom there, being able to help me, give me a little bit of pointers about what to focus on, like how to project your singing and such like that. It was really good. It was a new experience and it just was something new to learn. Yeah.
Actually, with the Mandarin as well, we had to tie into family friends, actually close family friends as well, to help with the Mandarin or the singing in Chinese when she was doing that, because I actually don't sing in Chinese. And I usually speak Cantonese. If I do at all, it's kind of broken, my Cantonese. So we did engage in close family friends, Annie Chung and Lanny Shum, as well, that actually helped her with the Mandarin version.
Yes.
Yeah, of that particular song, that famous song.
Pronouncing it wrong.
I wouldn't
know.
Well, that's awesome. And Janice McGregor says, not to put you on the spot, but can you duet a few lines together for us? I didn't ask. You did.
So,
any song.
Do you remember the music? I don't remember.
I'm not very sure.
Do you? Let's see.
Tyra's like, don't make me do this.
We'll do that one because we were talking about love. Maybe you can just join in.
Greatest love of all.
Here we go. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be.
Yay!
I don't know that song. Doesn't know that well.
That's awesome.
A BTS song or
no, I can't sing
something
that.
more modern.
I mean, you know what? The fact that it was unrehearsed, out of nowhere, Tyra still picked it up. It was pretty epic. She's doing clap emoji, clap emoji, clap emoji, clap emoji. That was amazing. Thank you so much for doing that. And just an FYI, you are the first 2 people to ever. So.
Oh, first timers.
Oh my goodness.
I love it. We're not on the sit down with Scott. We're on the pageant sit down. But you know what? We can have musical guests on here too.
Absolutely, because I mean, most of the pageants usually engage in some type of talent portion as well. Some of the pageants, depending on how they're set up. So yeah, it's amazing to see the talents that the girls bring in when you see them over the time frame through dance or through song, through interpretation.
Yes,
there's all kinds of. I've seen artwork. I've seen. Baristas, and aerial, and then ballroom dance as well. So there's a lot of talent out there that
Did you just say someone was a barista for their talent?
Yes.
What?
And I've seen a lot in the Asian pageants.
Okay. Yeah.
A lot, yeah.
She
actually made a cup of coffee, and she was able to, I guess she was able to use the whipped cream to make
the latte art.
The latte art.
Okay, that's
also
cool.
Art, the music presentation as well. So it was very different.
It's different, yeah.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching, looking for a talent option, there you go.
Barista.
Latte art.
I have a frother. Can I just plug it in and pour it on? Does that count?
Make the heart.
There you go.
Barely
How high of a mountain of foam can I get to? Let's find out.
Yeah.
Which I've seen that too. I've seen girls bring their scientific backgrounds using the mountain of foam, where they're able to create chemical reactions and create a mini explosion depending on the reactions as well. So there's all kinds of talents that people can get. Very, very creative aspects that girls bring.
I was never that creative when I had to do a talent. Now if I ever get to another pageant stage where there is talent, I'll be like, Cathy, what was that list that you mentioned? I need it again.
Yeah, there's barista, there's science, there's baking.
Oh, I can do that. I can make hot chocolate bombs.
Maybe we could take something like a chocolate and turn it into hot cocoa.
There you go.
That would be interesting. That'd be a great talent.
Yeah.
Well,
deliciousness.
There you go. There you go. Well, actually, we were just talking about Scott, and he's in the chats. He says, "What's up?" Hello, Scott.
Hey, Scott.
I think he missed us talking about him, though, but that's okay. Hello, Scott. We did not talk about you.
We missed it.
But anyways, if you guys are interested, since Scott is here, I'm going to plug him in. He just released a brand new cover. It's an a cappella cover, actually. If you're a Disney fan, you better go check it out. youtube.com/ScottDionBrown. After our show, make sure you go check it out. He says, LOL. Hello, Scott. But yeah, anyways, speaking of talent, Tyra, you dance, you do ringette, you now sing, and you do pageants. Cathy, you do pageants, you sing, you pageant coach, you're a mom, you're a teacher, which is a lot of talent. What do you guys like to do for fun besides what you do on your extracurriculars?
We have, I guess, more recently, it's more been a family thing. The gyms have reopened, and where we live, our gym has reopened. So we pretty well nightly, we go down to the gym together and we work out together, and the pool's open, and then afterwards we go for a swim. So that's been our recent,
a little fun time, a little family get together kind of a thing.
Awesome.
Get together. So when we do talent later on, we'll lift weights and we'll swim.
Butterfly strokes. Got it. I love that. And so you have a son who has been to many pageants. He's been to many photo shoots. What has that been like for him, I guess, going from, oh, mom does pageants to, oh, no, now mom and sister does pageants?
He carries more bags.
Love that.
You're supposed to train your brothers as well.
Oh, I do.
Siblings.
Oh, I do.
Right?
They're used to carrying my bags. Don't worry.
See, it works.
And they're so tall, so your gowns will never drag.
Yeah, absolutely. No, he's been absolutely fantastic, especially when we had the mom and daughter thing happening as well. So he's been incredibly patient, and he's been incredibly supportive, and we've had a lot of laughs and celebrations together.
Yeah. It's always he's been there. Yeah, so it's really good. And you get to see him in the crowd when we're on stage. It's just like, there he is.
I see you. That's awesome. Well, I'm so glad that he's also getting involved in this family business of yours when it comes to pageantry, and that he's super supportive. I know I was talking to someone was it last week or a few weeks ago, and they were talking about how sometimes family members don't really approve, or you don't have that support system. So it's great that not only do you have each other, but you also have your brother or your son.
Well, I'll just bring up a small world issue. It's such a small world. I mentioned that I was Miss Chinese Montreal 1987. The first year, Miss Chinese Montreal Judy Wu, she also has a son and a daughter as well. And unbeknownst to us, that Simon and her son actually went to university. My son and her son went to university together. And when I brought Simon up to the Montreal pageant a couple years ago, he talked to his friend and said, "Oh, I was up in Montreal because my mom was Miss Montreal 1987." His friend goes, "Wait a minute, my mom is Miss Chinese Montreal 1987 to 85." So it was such a small world that the boys actually had that connection with their moms there. So we really kind of it was a great laugh, and it was really exciting. And the boys were supportive. So fantastic.
That's awesome.
It was funny. Small world. Never know who you know.
Never know, right?
Exactly. Well, as we start to wrap things up, this hour flew by so fast. Again, I'm just so grateful to have both of you here on this show, but also as part of my pageant journey, and being able to see both of you continue to grow in your pageant journey as well. It's just, I love the sisterhood of the traveling dress. I'm going to keep that as our little click now. Nobody take it, because we are the sisterhood of the traveling dress. And so to have you both here, Tyra, to see you win your crown, even though it was virtual, and although your reign is a little bit short, you know that you've made a huge impact on everyone. Again, a good comeback story doesn't hurt anyone. It only uplifts everyone. So I'm excited to see where your pageant journey continues. Same with you, Cathy, because like you said, the sky's the limit now at this point for you.
Yeah, no, and really, as I said, for any of the ladies that are out there, said I didn't know there were opportunities post 30, and there are. So, yeah.
And so, before we wrap things up, what would you say to those mother-daughters who are watching us, or daughter persuade daughters, or daughters trying to persuade mothers? Did I just say that twice? You get what I mean. What would your advice be for those who are watching us that may want to join a pageant with their mom or daughter or significant other?
Go for it. Yeah. I think it's a great experience. It helps for you guys to bond, as well as if there is some sort of conflict or something, it's a way of helping each other figure that situation out and support each other. And I think by the end of it, you grow closer. So I think it's a great experience. If it's something that you are thinking about doing, you're considering doing, why not? Go ahead, find a pageant that you're interested in doing and do it as an experience. Even if you don't really, let's say if winning is on your mind, it's not about winning. It's it's bringing each other together. You meet new people, right? That experience, and no matter what you place, it's a new opportunity, and then from that you can keep growing with each other.
Yeah. And really in simplicity, for those that are looking at doing it or are participating together, really going back to laughing together, laugh, love, and then learning together. Really, it's just a learning experience. Just the not having those high expectations and expecting you to do this and you should do this, but really just bonding and sharing and enjoying the moments whenever you can through that whole experience.
Now tell us how you really feel about each other. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Okay. Now the script. We can throw the script out.
Perfect. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, this is the real Cathy. No, I'm kidding. You guys are both amazing individuals. You're both amazing duo and trio when your son is there, your brother. So again, thank you both to the both of you for being here today, for being episode 55, and for, like I said, being part of the sisterhood of the traveling dress. I do wish the both of you an amazing rest of your reign, Tyra and Cathy. I know you're getting even more involved with Canada's Top Choices, continuing to grow. And again, I can't wait to see where you end up one day. And just stay safe because things are still getting crazy out there.
And we're going to be following your journey as well. So exciting as that progresses, and as that your pageant day comes up too. Again, good luck.
Thanks. I got another year, but thank you. So Jana says, great interview. That was fun to watch. XOXO. Scott says, bye guys. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us again for episode 55. It's been a minute. I know I went from Mondays and Wednesdays to just Wednesdays. So thank you all again for supporting the Pageant Sit Down to get to episode 55. And if you did enjoy this conversation with Tyra and Cathy, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more Pageant Sit Down, make sure you subscribe to this channel. And Tyra, Cathy, again, thank you so much for being here. I can't wait to see you both again in person for much longer this time, because I know sometimes it's just a couple minutes. And I will see everyone else next Wednesday. Bye!
Bye!